Hi, this is Erica Harris from PF Source. I am super excited to announce that we have launched an online training course, and it's part of our of what we're doing. It's called Financial Route to Freedom. So it's helping you to get out of debt. It's helping you to pull up your credit. It's helping you to do a lot of different things that you may want to achieve in life. Now, we have different modules in the training videos. It comes with videos and written instructions so that you can take advantage of both. Maybe if you don't want to watch a video, you can just read the instructions and vice versa. But we encourage you to do both because of all the valuable information that's provided in the training. Even if you have good credit, we encourage you to watch it as well, because just because you may have, let's say, a 750 credit score, you can always improve it even more, because you can still get denied some type of funding, for example, even if you have great credit. So those are some of the things that I'll be discussing in these training videos. And I just want to tell you that credit affects practically every area of your life. And by removing negative items is good. However, there are other things, other measures that you need to take in place in order to build up your credit, since that's at least 65% of your score. And those are some of the things that we touch on in these training videos, okay? So let me give you some of the topics that we cover. How to hide your utilization, for example. You may have credit cards that you have maxed out, for example, or they're over 30% of whatever that credit limit is, and you want to pay them down. Well, we give you some tips on how you can use those credit cards if you have to, and pay them down where it doesn't even show up on your credit report. How to hide your credit utilization, okay? Because you don't want your balance to be over 30% of whatever that credit limit is, because that can significantly drop your score. So that's one of the things we talk about. We also talk about what is an authorized user. How can you benefit from that, and how you can boost your score within 30 days by just being added on someone's credit as an authorized user, and different ways of what to look for, what benefits, what type of credit that person needs to have on their credit report that will benefit you to be added as an authorized user. Another thing that I touch on is, let's say you're in debt. It doesn't mean that all debt doesn't show up on your credit report. So you may need to pay down some debt that we can give you some tips on. Maybe get another job to pay down debt. Or you could start a business on the side that you eventually may go into full-time to help pay off your debt. Then we also give you some tips on, there are other things that you can do to pay off debt or pay down debt that doesn't require you to have to earn extra income. So those are some of the things we talk about. Another thing is that debt consolidation. There's some different companies, organizations out there that prey upon people with bad credit, and we give you some tips on how to consolidate some of your debt by getting a type of debt consolidation loan that doesn't charge you all these different fees and stuff like some of these loan sharks do through banks and credit unions, okay? Another thing we talk about is, and one of my favorite things is, when you are, let's say you do have some debt on some credit cards, we teach you how to do balance transfers to on that debt onto other certain credit cards that have a 0% annual percentage rate, where let's say it's for 12 months. And then you can transfer that one debt that you may have on certain credit cards to transfer them on the balances over to certain credit cards that have that 0% annual percentage rate, so that, let's say if you have up to a year to pay it back on the new card, that's like someone giving you a free loan and paying it back without interest. So those are different ways of how you can pay off your debt or pay it down without having to come out of pocket. But we teach you those tricks in the online training. We also have a home buyer's guide. Let's say you want to purchase a home. So we give you a quick overview on some home buying, how the home buying process works, different things like that. And another thing that can help boost your score. Did you know that, and you've probably seen the commercials, you can use your utility bills, your subscriptions like you have from Netflix or Hulu and things like that to pay, that you'll pay on time. Those monthly payments that you make each month can get reported to to your credit report each month, okay, to help boost up your score. Another thing to help that you may need help paying, you may pay rent, for example, every single month, and you've been making your rent payments on time. There are some companies that will report those on-time payments to your credit report. That's something we talk about. And then lastly, HEAP, the Home Energy Assistance Program, is a nonprofit organization that will help pay your heating costs, things like that. So those are some of the things that we talk about. We'll be adding more modules as we go along, but those are just some of the things that are covered in the online training that I really want you to take advantage of, because like I said, removing negative items from a credit report is just part of it. But since credit affects practically every area of your life, it's important to know how to have leverage over these credit agencies, because they don't play nice at all. As a matter of fact, the lower your credit score is, the more money they make. They take your personal information and they sell it to creditors, banks, insurance companies, collection companies, and all of that. So it's important to learn how to have leverage over those credit agencies. And it's also important to learn, different ways of how you can pay down your debt or pay it off in full, things like that, so that you can have the financial freedom that you deserve. Because you may want to start a business. You may want to invest in real estate or invest in cryptocurrency or start a food trucking business, whatever it is that you're desiring to have, because you want to look long term. It's not about just short term improving your credit, but what is your long term goals of what you plan on accomplishing. Those are some of the things that we want to assist you with in building up, okay? So take advantage of this training that we provide. It's free, okay? So hope to see you taking advantage of the training. If you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to us, and our contact information will be included. Thank you, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon.